Welcome to the Void, everyone. My name is Liliana, also known as the Trans Fiendling, and today we're going to be starting our playthrough of Dishonored 2. Now, couple things. First off, I'd like to thank my friends Doc and Amelia for getting me this wonderful outfit. It's wonderful, it's cool, makes me feel wonderful. Second of all, for those of you who didn't watch me play Dishonored 1, I will be doing this in a very low chaos, very trying to make sure that I leave the world state in as best a state as I can for the characters involved, and generally speaking, that is low chaos. I have played this game multiple times, so I'm going to be doing New Game Plus, just because that way I carry over some of my upgrades, and the story will hopefully go a little bit faster. Not that I don't enjoy this game, just that way y'all don't have to watch me finagle things and refigure things out, and you never readjust. Let's see. Which one is the, like... Let's do custom. That sounds like fun. So save model, yeah, free. Yeah, slow time, normal. Okay, standard Dishonored experience. You're slightly hidden. Nope, that sounds dumb. Sleep dart toxin. Normal. Footstep noise, normal. Normal. Yeah, because like, part of why I want to do this is because I just like I'm not wanting this to be, you know, anything weird. I just want to make sure there aren't any weird settings on it normally. Oh, yeah, let's do normal. Oh, yes please, because that would be dumb otherwise. Just... why? I mean, admittedly, it does slow me down a little bit waiting for the, like, the energy to come back, but why wouldn't I want that? It's amazing. Okay, yeah, that all looks good, so let's get started. A long day in Dunwall. Oh! Hold that thought. I might need to do a thing. Yes. Hold that thought. Back to main menu. So the one downside to New Game Plus is that it doesn't fully start the game entirely over. Because whenever you first start, there's a little like tutorial area that's not necessary, but it's cute. So I want to show it. Dunwall, 1837 to 1852. As Emily Kaldwin, ruler of the Empire of the Isles, you have numerous enemies. Your father is Lord Corvo Attano, infamous royal protector and spy master. In the years since you took the throne, Corvo has spent many hours training you in the arts of stealth and combat.
I remember training with my father in the years after the rat plague. Someday, he said, our enemies will come for you.
Hello, Dunwall. Hello, Dishonored. Ugh. I mean, it's not been terribly
The
long
sounds
since.
and smells of Dunwall never change much. This is my city.
Hi, friend. I mean, you're definitely deceased, but... Hi, friend. Ugh. So, I will say, one complaint I do have about... Oh, that's nifty. Pardon me. The one complaint I do have is that Dishonored 2, they did a lot, like, they changed the style a lot. Let me just double check real quick. But like they changed a lot of the Yeah, that's what I thought. But they changed a lot of the stylistic differences to no longer have like that same painted feeling that a lot of the first Dishonored had, and that makes me really sad because I love.
Does Father have in store for me today?
Because I love that style. This looks like part of the DLC area from Dunwall.
All right, Majesty. Let's see what you can do.
Hey, Corvo. It's fun, like, hearing his voice, and it's not, you know, the character's, not like the player's voice. Okay, so I can't jump up there. Is there anything I can throw? No. Oh, I do want the crosshairs on. Anything else I turned off? Now, I will say, this game isn't new to me, so, as I mentioned towards the end of my last playthrough, I'm gonna do kind of something similar where, like, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't know anything, but I am, you know, I still am very emotionally invested in this series, so there may be some parts where I get very reactive, and there are some parts that I'm going to, you know, not...
I'll have to climb up and over. I've got to slide under to get there.
Yeah.
Hurry.
Sorry, Dad.
You'll have to sprint, vault the obstacle, then slide under.
Yes.
I love how proud she is of herself. I mean, she should be. Yeah, like... I'm gonna do my best not to, like, spoil things for you all by, like, my reactions and things. But I'm also, like, I'm not going to play totally innocent or, like... Whoops. You know.
What's next?
Exactly, I'm not gonna be like, oh hey, what's next? Though, that said, I have played the first game multiple times, because whenever the first game came out, I was still in high school. And I had lots of time to burn, so I played it a lot. But then, like, later, like, I didn't have as much time to burn once this game came out. And so, I haven't played this game as much as I have the first game, so I don't have it memorized as much. I'm still familiar with it, but I'm not, you know, like, oh yes, I remember this mission and I know exactly where I need to go or what I need to do. Though, I will say, it's a little bit changed because I did go through and grab screenshots so that I don't need to worry about doing that between things. But that was really just, I grabbed screenshots from like the starting area of each mission. More or less.
No way except to climb.
That's what I thought, but... I mean, you are a quick little climber. Corvo has taught you well. Also, yes, I do play with mouse and keyboard because...
Only I could spend every day running and jumping.
Yeah. Fortunately, you are dangerous.
Now to test my agility.
Sprint to build up speed before you jump.
I thought maybe I could slide and jump. Apparently,
Remember,
I was thinking it was Warframe
build up
rules.
as much speed as you can before jumping.
Do I not have do I not have subtitles on? Cause I want those, please. Thank you. Subtitles, all dialogue. Why would that be? Maybe it's because people were talking when I was trying to get the screenshots. Who knows? Apologies for anyone who needs subtitles and it was not on there.
Very well.
Ow, don't have to
See
fight
how
you.
quiet you are, young lady.
Okay, so I played this game for the first
Father's
time.
always on about the value of quiet feet.
Before I was... Oh, that is nasty looking! My apologies, I did not realize that was going to be right there. Oh, that is nasty looking. So yeah, so I mean, much like the trigger warnings should have been on the front of this video, lots of blood and, like, this video is a bit, or this game is a bit graphic, but aside from, you know, general things that the ESRB rating at the start of each video should say, nothing too intense, but there's some fuckery that goes on. I mean, it has barnacles on it. Okay, I'm gonna be silly, and I'm gonna see if I can jump up on it. No, I can't. Okay, that's fine. Oh, so, like, I played this game for the first time before I was trans. And, I don't know, there's something really...
Get behind the enemy, catch them by surprise, and choke them unconscious.
I mean, okay.
That's my girl.
So there's something really gender affirming about the whole, like, him
Let's see how
calling me,
you are,
like,
lady.
young lady and stuff. Key, locked door. Oh, I gotta get it from him. Come here, Dad.
Stay low and out of your enemy's line of sight.
I like how he...
Didn't see anything at all.
I like how he very clearly...
Quiet as a lynx stalking a gazelle.
very clearly picked up on her and things, but he's still just like, normal person would be good.
Remember, a pistol will wake up everyone in the building. Your crossbow is quiet.
I don't have any things yet, so... Oh, I see. I misunderstood what I was aiming for exactly. Oh god. I'm sorry, little friend. Oh, no. Oh, hey, there's one up there. Turnbuckle? Oh, the little... that thing. It's like, what am I supposed to be? I'm sorry, little friends. So, okay, something else that, again, if you didn't watch me play the first game, you may not know. I have a friend who has, like, lots of pet rats, and also just in general, I think rats are pretty cute. And so, like, I felt really bad during the first game, because I had to kill lots of rats. Thankfully, rats aren't the main animal enemy in this game. It's something much worse. Fucking hate them. The new enemy, not the rats. Spirit of the Deep, excerpt from longer work of fiction. Oh, cool! So, this game, all the text things are in the middle of the screen. That means I can have my camera oriented properly. Also, yes, hello, new setup. Spirit of the Deep, Siren of the Dreams, I walked for hours along the coast, leaving Dunwall behind me until the lament of the waves drowned all other feelings. I wept knowing you would not come to me, my love. You rule my dreams, where I behold with senses I do not possess in waking life the dark splendor of your home in the deep. There the ocean rests on your back, like the sleeping child on his father's shoulders. In these sleepless nights of despair, you appear to me not as the mighty Leviathan, but as a young man with eyes as black as the void. Also, for anyone who didn't watch the first Dishonored playthrough, there are lots of documents in this game, and not all of them are plot related. So for those that aren't, no, I'm trying to put that away. Oh right, it's that thing. Okay. So for those that aren't, but that, you know, people might still want to read, because this game is filled with interesting lore. What I'm going to be doing is I'll pull up the document like this, and then there will be, like, if it's something that there's multiple pages, I'll scroll through and then I'll hold up fingers. I'll be like, okay, section 1, switch to the next section, section 2, switch to the next section. That way people have time to like pause, read it, unpause, get to the next bit, pause, read, so on and so forth. But those of you who don't want to read or hear me read all of them don't have to sit
Time
through
for
that.
some more weapons and combat training.
Do I gotta fight
Let's
you?
beat each other up, shall we?
Is that still blocked? Okay, cool.
Yes. Come on.
Oh, okay.
You hit hard. That's my daughter. When someone swings a sword at you, block. Block with your blade. Good. Well done.
Trying to do perfect.
Very good. You've got a natural instinct for fighting.
I really don't.
If you time your block right, you'll throw an enemy off balance.
Hi, friends. Oh, hey, wait, hold on. Are you using...
You're quick. Smart move.
Yeah, he's using his cool,
That'd
special
stop
blade.
even the most black-hearted killer. You can choke an enemy out, even in combat.
Oh, we can? I'm assuming you have to perform a perfect block. Yeah. Yeah. This way, even if I get caught and there's like a shitload of people, I don't ruin, a non-lethal run.
When an enemy is off balance, you can land a lethal counterattack.
I mean, okay, but how are we going to practice this in training? Fuck.
While they're off balance, deliver a fatal blow. When someone swings a sword at you, block.
I'm trying! You're really good at this. God.
Feel better knowing
Also-
you can take care of yourself.
I mean, you're looking good, Corvo.
When trouble does finally come, you're ready to fight.
Yes, I am. Okay, so now I'll go and actually do the thing. Back to main menu. Also, for anyone who is coming from the new playthrough, if you couldn't guess, this time, because I was kind of vague about it in the end of my last playthrough, so if I... Do you want to start it? Yes. Oh, wait. All these, please tell me this is... Oh gosh darn, they changed everything back. That's fine. Why did some of these get changed? That's weird. I think I might have just gone with like medium, but I'd like to double check. But yes, if you couldn't tell, for anyone who's here from the old playthrough, we are doing, or like this, for Dishonored 2, we play is Emily, and, oh, it's wonderful. Also, I am thoroughly convinced Emily is trans. I can explain mine a little bit.
Why do we celebrate the anniversary of an assassination? 15 years ago, in the middle of a plague that nearly destroyed Dunwall, a paid killer assaulted the palace where I was born and stabbed my mother in the heart.
That's more than...
In the aftermath, the men who sent the assassin tried to use me as a pawn in a game of power. They would have succeeded, but my father, Corvo Attano, hunted them down and cut their conspiracy to pieces. All these years later, am I the ruler my mother wanted me to be?
I think you're pretty damn close.
Now, we face a new crisis. A monster the papers are calling the Crown Killer has been picking off my enemies and dressing it up like my father and I are responsible. I don't know whether to get on a ship and sail to the opposite side of the world, or to have everyone around me executed.
Watch your step, Majesty.
I'm not looking forward to all this ceremony today.
There will also
Your
be some very...
signet ring. There. You're ready.
Thank you, Alexei. Open the doors.
There will also be some very, very familiar faces.
All
Theories.
hail Her Imperial Majesty, Emily Kaldwin.
Loyal subjects, we're going through a difficult time, but today we honor my mother, the late Jessamine Kaldwin. May her memory survive through the ages.
Yeah, good.
You look tired, Father.
Every year, I think the anniversary of Jessamine's death will be easier, but it never is.
I wish Mother was still the Empress. I don't think I'm very good at this.
You're still learning. Don't worry about the rabble-rousers, and we'll catch the Crown Killer, eventually.
People are saying it's you. That these assassinations are a misguided effort to protect me.
No, someone's trying to make us look guilty by targeting your enemies.
I wish I could just run away from all this.
Sometimes you do. You think I don't know about your nights out on the rooftops? Courage. The ceremony will be over soon.
Royal Protector and Father. I should have passed a law against that combination of titles years ago.
They're so damn cute. Oh, I love them. That does not look like a comfortable throne. Just saying. Which maybe is the point. Like I know.
Your Majesty, before we begin the day's observances, we have an unexpected visitor, the Duke of Serkonos.
Yeah.
Ramsay says the Duke is bringing special gifts.
That's intriguing.
This shithead.
Duke of Serkonos!
Not this guy, but he's letting in.
Mechanical soldiers? Amazing.
What is this, Ramsay? I didn't authorize those things.
Your Imperial Majesty and Royal Protector Corvo Attano, a native of our homeland. Serkonos offers condolences on this sorrowful day, and gifts to remind you of our nation, the rising star on the southern horizon.
We thank you, Your Grace.
Save your thanks. For now, I give you the greatest gift of all, family. I present the lost sister of Jessamine Kaldwin, your rightful empress, Delilah Kaldwin.
Impossible.
My mother had a sister?
My dearest niece, hello.
It's not true.
Bitch.
My father was Emperor Euhorn Jacob Kaldwin, and Jessamine was my younger sister. At the time of her death, I wasn't ready to make myself known to you, and I was forced to leave Dunwall.
No,
But
you were trapped because you were a little
I'm
bitch.
home.
If you really are my mother's sister, you're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Little sparrow, blackened by bad memories, I'm here to relieve you of your crown. My father's promise, whispered in secret so many years ago, is now fulfilled.
Watch your tongue. Emily Kaldwin is the daughter of Empress Jessamine Kaldwin.
Royal Protector, how naive to think you could get away with these murders. Living in my palace has protected you, but that's over. Hear me, all of you. Your rightful Empress has returned.
All hail the Empress Delilah, first of her name. Arrest Emily Kaldwin
So
and
now
her
do
father
suddenly
for the
have
Crown Killer murder.
Thoughts.
What?
Jackasses.
Can't still my heart.
Don't get me wrong. I love Corvo a lot. However, I'm playing as Emily. Also, just like there are lots of things that make me think ambulance trains. I'll explain once we're on this madness.
You in cold marble. Sweet girl.
Bitch.
Over time, you will come to love me. Perhaps someday you'll see me as the mother you lost. But until then, you'll be kept out of trouble.
I'll lock Lady Emily in her chambers, and I'll bring her to
just-
Kaldwin prison for her trial. My father lost it all when I was a boy, so now I wear this uniform, and I send 20-year-olds out to patrol the rose gardens instead of drinking with the men from the shooting club.
Yeah, that's your motivation. You're all sad because you lost your noble
Captain
status.
Ramsey, I heard shouting. Lady Emily, what happened?
I'll be all Captain Mayhew.
No!
So that's the Royal Protector's fancy weapon. What kind of sword folds in half?
The cool kind, you dick. Part of me is especially pissed because I get the vibe there's something gay going on between her and Emily.
There's a legend in the Tower Guard about the Empress's last resort, a safe room inside your chambers holding enough gold to buy a good-sized island. They say that this ring is one of the only 2 keys to exist.
Thanks for the exposition and the not plot direction, but quest direction, I suppose.
What happened? Alexei. The throne room. Father.
So, something I didn't...
Nothing I can do alone. I need to get out of here.
So something I didn't think about before... Oh wait, do I already have... No, not yet. Okay, that's what I thought. So... Something I hadn't noticed before...
He knows what he's doing. The man's moving up in the world. He's old blood. One of the good families. And now that he's helped the rightful empress take the throne...
These bastards are working with Ramsey and the Duke of Serkonos.
You'd be smart to remember that.
So one thing I hadn't noticed before is that whenever Delilah was speaking, her voice had a weird resonance to it, like what the outsider's voice has whenever he speaks. So I'm curious if she was like enchanting everyone, or if they just had plants in the guards, and that's why they were able to do that so easily. Letter from the Tivian Trade Commission. So, example, here's, section 1, and then here's section 2. So, overview, essentially just trade's not going super well because of a new outbreak of something called blood flies. Letter from advisor Helmswater. Empress, we face yet another murder, and I cannot remain silent on this matter. Strange is it not that all the victims have openly opposed you. If not strange, then oh so very convenient. Is there anything you wish to tell me, your majesty? How can I be an advisor if you don't include me in these most sensitive of endeavors? I feel I must be the only person in Dunwall who doesn't know the truth about the Crown Killer. Don't leave me out in the cold. I remain your trusted servant and advisor, Leonora Helmswater. Ship launch protocol. Empress, after the Royal Protector's shakedown cruise, will launch the ISS Attano-Kaldwin just before the anniversary of your mother's passing, pending your approval, of course. On the platform, we'll have a bottle of King Street brandy tied to a long tether that you will release to swing out against the hull. What you say during the ceremony is, of course, up to you, but here are some ideas intended to serve as food for thought. May a brisk wind hurry you to shores near, far, and fair. May you shelter your crew from the perils of the terrible ocean. May you always sail for Crystal, true of heart, and homeward bound. Yours faithfully, Advisor Wainwright. I'm very curious if those will have actual important implications. Also, okay, there it is. I was like, there was something to read. Schedule for Middle Song's Eve. Empress, presented for your approval the schedule for Middle Song's Eve. Morning meal Tivian Trade Commission, presentation from the research vessel. I'm curious. Meeting with the advisors on the issues of blood flies in the south. and then, dinner with Quark. So, bloodflies are a bitch, and you will see why relatively soon. I can also actually save. I can't climb up that other window.
How many times have I looked at that skyline? It feels like everything just changed.
I'm curious if... We probably can. I legitimately can't tell from here. There's the bridge of Dunwall over there. Right there. That's the Dunwall bridge. That's the one where in my playthrough, like, I got to the very top and I was like, oh, there's actually some shit up here. I think... I could be wrong, but I think right there, where the crosshair is, I want to say, I think that might be the where the Hound Pit's pub is, which is what I'm looking for. It's hard to say, and I don't have anything that lets me actually, like, zoom in, so I can't for certain say, oh, hello. I forgot where I was.
Delilah is some sort of witch. How is this possible?
Lady Emily, you're all right. I was worried. Where's the Royal Protector?
There's a coup underway. My father is... he's imprisoned, for lack of a better word.
You've got to get out of the tower. Through your safe room. There was a captain earlier today, down at the docks, looking for the Royal Protector. Find her. Get out of Dunwall.
Alexei, I'm sorry. Goodbye.
I don't know. Sure, she's technically probably just the captain of the guard, but she definitely seems like there was something more to them than just, oh hey, you protect me. Audience request. Captain Mayhew, you don't know me, but you've got to tell the Royal Protector that I have urgent need of his time. I'm carrying a message that was to be delivered face to face. Tell him I'm working with Anton Sokolov, an old friend. All the boats are being sent away from the docks, but I'll delay as long as I can. Tell Corvo to find me there. My ship is called the Dreadful Whale. Megan Foster. Anything else to read? No. I need the ring.
I can't dally.
I know. I can take a moment to dally. I do in fact know where I need to go. Oh hey, I didn't realize that there were actually things in here to pick up. Audiograph.
Emily, I know times are hard. You're the ruler of 4 nations. I won't pretend to understand the pressure you're under. Only you, and your mother before you, could know what that's like. Whoever's killing off your enemies is doing so for calculated effect, undermining us. I do know what it's like to be blamed for murders you didn't commit. But trust me, we'll find this crown killer, and they'll pay. Tomorrow is the anniversary of her death.
Are those?
A sad day for sure.
Yeah, that is. Amazing.
But I want you to remember all that's happened over the last 15 years. You've held on to the throne, and you've done what you thought was right for the people of the Empire. You drained the flooded district, kept the gangs in check.
Oh, damn.
And yesterday we launched a magnificent ship bearing Jessamine's name. You're becoming the sovereign your mother wanted you to be, and I'm proud of you.
I'm glad that we're at least making Corvo proud. Okay.
That gift. 2 more months, she says, and she'll leave him. I can wait.
Are you actually going to move? Alright, well, we're going for it. And yes, my shift key is what I'm using for things. It's because my mouse is cool and has a 3rd button. It's like left click, right click, super right click. And I have that bound to shift. Because otherwise, I haven't found another reliable key that all games will recognize that I don't actually have use for from time to time. Alright. Now I could do a couple different things here. Such...
Who's there? I'm not in the mood. Show yourself.
God damn it.
What? I thought I saw someone right here. Let's check the place, just in case.
Well, thank you for needing to be disrespectful and spit over the side of my railing in my house, you absolute jackass. The nerve of some fucking people. Void and Night, have some goddamn respect. God, you gotta be glitching. Kidding me. Upside, the Royal Protector. Historical record of government positions and ranks, addendum. Essentially, this is just kind of an overview of Corvo's history and what happened in the first game. Essentially, yes, Corvo was blamed for what happened to Jessamine. Turns out, wrongly so. Sure, we can get pissed at historians, however, please don't, because there were absolutely assloads of evidence that Corvo, like there had been lots of evidence falsified to make Corvo look absolutely perfect as the suspect. Therefore, it's unfair to them to... Crown Killer strikes again. So essentially saying, it's unfair to be mad at the historians because all the data they had said that it was true. Dunwall citizens express shock and fear as yet another outspoken critic of Empress Attano-Kaldwin, God, that threw me to say Emily instead of Jessamine, has met with a violent demise. The latest victim is none other than Ichabod Boyle. Oh hey, fuck the Boyles. Notable entrepreneur and supporter of the arts. Boyle recently wrote an opinion piece harshly criticizing the Empress for what he called her slipshod style of governance and her willful neglect of duties. Authorities are convinced the Crown Killer is the culprit, given the gruesome detail left at the crime scene. As Her Majesty's most outspoken adversaries fall one by one to this notorious assassin, we boldly ask, is it now the duty of the Royal Protector to murder all who dare criticize the throne? Okay, so... I'm now 85% certain that the Crown Killer is something set up by Delilah. Also, okay, so I can ask this question now. I couldn't at the end of my Dishonored 1 playthrough, because I didn't want to spoil this, for those who hadn't, like, gone through it. I'm very curious, so okay, so for anyone who didn't watch the DLCs for Dishonored 1, the end of Dishonored, like, the total end of Dishonored, the end of the DLC, you trap Delilah in a painting. Essentially, she was trying to take over Emily's body via cool painting magic, and we stop her in the DLC. And I'm very curious, so like, we trap her in a special magical painting, and then just like, it's kind of left at that. I'm very curious, if we had destroyed the painting, would she have just been released? Or would she have been, like, would she have just been trapped in the other side forever? I'm very curious about that.
With the throne room blocked off, we should have the time we need. Just stay here and stall anyone who comes by. I'll be back when I've searched the royal chambers, assuming I don't accidentally lock myself in this damn safe room.
We'll cover for you if anyone from the Duke's party returns. This is exciting. Everything's changing.
Yes, the natural order is reasserting itself. The Ramses once hosted the king and queen of Morley. Did you know that?
The natural order?
I spent my childhood playing with the Buntings and the Boyles, the cream of society.
Oh, you're really just
And
pissed.
very soon you'll be back at the top, Captain.
You really are just a snivelly little pissant who's upset because you're not... Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I understand, like, you came from wealth. Like, you know, Daddy was super rich, and then, you know, he, you know, screwed himself over or something, it sounds like. And then you were forced to, you know, come back down to Earth with the rest of us mortals. However, to ruin someone's life just so you could reclaim some sort of false sense of, like, owed dignity or pride? No. Go fuck yourself. You're lucky I don't slit your goddamn throat.
This won't leave my hand again.
No, it will not. For a second I thought it was clipping, then I realized there was a actual, like, just a cut in the ring. Yeah, I think Delilah, like, was doing some sort of enchantment? Like, had some sort of magic going on with her voice. So I think she just enchanted everyone. Are you actively pissing, or are you just posing? Can I not choke you out? Okay, well, I want to take a look at my dad, so...
It sure reeks. I gotta get a... That's Emily Kaldwin!
Oh, you know, I guess I could have... what should I care more about? Being non-lethal or being undetected? I'll go with being non-lethal.
What wouldn't I give for a bottle of pear soda?
Oh, hello.
here? Stop! Take it!
Well, thank you. I was going to, you know, lure you off, like, lure you away myself, but you did the job for me.
Senseless slaughter. They're going to pay for this. But I need to get away from here. Animals. No respect.
Oh, damn. Oh, she was not that old. Oh, she was like 32, I think? If I'm doing math correctly. Oh, absolute. Get the fuck off of my mom's portrait.
Trouble has found us again, Mother.
Absolute.
Father, I don't know how, but I'll make this right. I promise. Look at this place.
Oh. Interesting. There's still some weird void magic going on. Like, I didn't realize that. I didn't notice
Fueled
little
for
void
their
particles.
loyalty to me. Damn the Duke of Serkonos. Damn Delilah.
Yes, good. Okay, I don't have anything yet.
Barred from the outside.
Which, honestly, that's okay. I legitimately do still need to go through. You all better not be burning, like, a painting or something of my mother's. Alright. I thought maybe there might be something to loot in there. I was incorrect. Wait, hold on. I can sprint while I'm carrying somebody! Oh, thank the void and the outsider it contains.
Anton Sokolov made this lock.
I figured she might put him down. I didn't expect her to just thump. Amazing. Oh, that I don't know why. He sounded like he hit so hard. Like it was just like a thump. It was like thunk. Are you still alive? Okay, you are still alive. That's fortunate, I suppose.
Now you've got what you wanted, Ramsey. The Imperial suite atop Dunwall Tower. Stay put until this is all set straight, Ramsey. Enjoy the rations and well water, sleeping next to a fortune.
Yeah, fuck you, Ramsey.
This could be handy.
Okay, so gear. I know there's gear in here. Let's get the gear first. Also, okay, so I don't know if it's like some sort of like, I don't know. There could be sexist undertones to this. I don't know if that's the case, but like I think it's legitimately just she doesn't have the same situation that her dad did, because like her dad, again, for those of you who didn't, oh right, that's gonna hurt. So for anyone who didn't,
Old Samuel made this. I'm glad he didn't live to see me driven out of Dunwall Tower.
Aw, Samuel's already passed away. Her drawings are still here. Oh, that's cute. Some of these are really sad. But, oh, right. I'm intentionally breaking all of, like, the nice stuff so that he can have it. But, oh, hey, look, it's her little doll. I'm assuming, at least. Oh, I know that's empty. What was I gonna say? I know there's gear in here. I am gonna listen to that. Oh, right, character design. So I don't know, like, and, like, there could be, like, I don't know. I can see why people would, like, say it's sexist. I think it's just, she doesn't have the same capacity. Like, she doesn't, like, the first game, there was a whole conspiracy aiding Corvo. This, it's, like, 2 other people. And I don't, as far as I'm aware, neither of them are super creative inventors like Piero was. Was? I don't know.
The reserves won't help against Delilah, even if I had a way to carry it all out of here.
That's fucking, gosh, that's so much.
I'd better take these.
It's Mom. Hi, Mom. But like, Corvo had like, you know, a super cool like skull mask thing. Emily has like a scarf, like a bandana she pulls up over her face. Okay, audio log.
Emily, my daughter, I know that one day you'll be grown up, and I wonder what you'll remember of these years. Will you recall your time as a child with fondness? Or were there too many caretakers, formal dinners, and lessons about boring old history? Maybe the precious hours we spent together will shine brighter. Time captured now and then with your mother and with Corvo, who was always close to my heart. I hope the season of rats and plague will be nothing more than a passing shadow on your early memories. A crisis come and passed, weathered by your mother and her advisors. You'll sit on the throne someday, and will do well, I hope. It's a tricky life, full of responsibility and peril. It was not your choice to be the daughter of an empress, but I believe you'll rise to the challenge. Stay good-hearted, Emily. Keep drawing and telling stories, and only share your power with those you truly trust.
If only I could talk to my mother one more time.
Well, funny thing you should mention that, kind of. I'm pretty sure, I think that one was slightly longer, but that's also almost word for word an audiograph from the last game. that you find at the end of the thing, hidden away in like a secret room in this same palace, actually. So it's cute. It makes me smile that she's kept it.
I have a feeling I'll need these.
It's a really fucking cool looking pistol. Oh, I didn't realize that, you know, has a place for his mask. Okay. Am I smashing up my own place? Yes. But I don't want Sir Shithead to get to actually enjoy any of the luxuries that he was like, oh, I'm sure that, you know, this place is full of stuff. I'm like, I mean, it is, but not for you, dick. Okay, so there's lots of documents, so... Whispers from the Void by Barnoli Milani. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. It is a common story. A person stopped breathing, pinned under carriage wheels or some other tragic happenstance, and is thought to be dead, but when the weight is removed, they make a quick recovery. But nonetheless, for a moment or two, this person was lost to us, lost to the world itself. And what do they experience in this temporary death? Darkness? Nothingness? No, indeed not. They tell us, as so many before have, that they were in a particular place and can describe it vividly. And who amongst us does not know this place? Have we all not seen it in our dreams, the place where we share in the farthest reaches of our minds, the realm where nothing makes sense, where one is at once both lost and at home, the Void. So speaking of which, for this first episode, I'm probably going to go until the start of the first mission, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it, just because it's probably going to take a little bit, and there's a bit to get there. I don't know. I can see my timer, so I'll make that judgment call once I'm at that point. These little glimpses of the Void, continuation of the same thing. These little glimpses in the Void, in dreams, or described by those awoken from comas, are not limited to a select few. In my interviews, I've gleaned that there's not a single citizen without such visions at one time or another. This then must be a real place, not folklore or mass delusion. Perhaps it exists deep below the earth or far above it. Perhaps it is right next to us but hidden. Some trick of the light or wondrous curtain bars us from... fully knowing it. And we all but wait for a natural philosopher to unlock the phenomenon, to show us how to see it at will. But when so revealed, it will not be a fearsome place any longer, not the distant and special realm described in the myth of the outsider. It will be strange, yes, even unsettling, but nonetheless it will be a new realm for us to explore and eventually conquer. What new treasures await us there? Are the lakes made of liquid diamond, the clouds of weightless silver gas, and what things we would learn? See, this is my sort of thought process on like everything, like reality, religion, everything, is that everything exists somewhere. And we just haven't figured out how to access it via science yet. Okay, so this is more information on Corvo, kind of his backstory, about his life in, I believe it was, yeah, Karnaca. Essentially, he got super famous because he won a contest, and then, you know, he became a soldier after that. Letter from Wyman! So, Emily has a love interest, and their gender is never confirmed, so I'm going with they are gender fluid. Emily, I didn't want to wake you this morning, but you'll forgive me since we must have said goodbye 100 times yesterday night. And the only chance I get to see you with your hair all whichever way is while you are asleep. As soon as the sun rises, you'll put on your Empress face. It makes me happy that I know your real face, the one that laughs at our silly rhymes. I don't want to go back to Morley, but I'm needed there. It'll be 4 months before we see each other again. I'll miss you. And yes, I'll bring you some white leaf tobacco for your hookah. Lord Corvo, if you're reading this letter as per your royal protector functions, know that I am joking and perfectly aware that the white leaf tobacco is forbidden in Bristol. Wyman literally did say, for legal reasons, this is a joke, didn't he? Didn't they? Take care, my darling Emily. Don't go falling from a rooftop. I love you, Wyman. Oh, also, and like, if need be, I will, like, make a full-on, like, actual, like, video explaining why. But just... Oh, hey, so Dunwall Tower... Is that where we are? Dunwall Tower? Sorry, I got super distracted because I think we're in Dunwall Tower. Oh yeah, cause cause these things are all pinned up where they're located. So, can I reopen that door, please, for the? So. That is probably the Hound Pit's pub. Since we're roughly... Because based on the map, we're essentially right across the street from the Hound Pit's pub. Not across the street, across the river. So, and just based on like the big buildings and everything, and also that weird rock formation, because everything else seems kind of cookie cutter for the most part, aside from, you know, like the obvious big things that stand out. So that, okay, cool. Sorry, I just kind of really wanted to know. I just curious if you can see it based on the map. I think we did. Okay, so the reason I think Emily is trans is that just there's lots of things, style of dress, kind of. Also, just there are things with her model in the first game that kind of look like she could be, like she could have been like a, you know, a trans girl who realized early on, and it could have just been a style thing, but I'm setting out to make everything on that I play through as gay as possible. So I am putting forth that Emily Kaldwin is trans, and turfs can die mad about it. Excerpt from a book on sailing traditions and scrimshaw. The bone charms, the sailor's blessing, they say. The carving itself is practiced from long back, passed from salty dogs to young greenhorns still finding their sea legs. In old times, sailors cut into the tusks of ice seals and into the arm-long fangs of the bears that roamed the islets of North Tivia. Once the whaling trade began, the practitioners began engraving the bones of those great beasts, rendering charms that sing in the night and grant some small boon, increasing the lover's vigor or providing defense against pregnancy. So essentially, bone charms are an interesting little thing that have been around for, you know, freaking forever, and have a variety of uses. Some more mundane than other. Is this the same thing? Yes, that's the same one that we read outside.
The Crown Killer must be connected to all this,
Oh,
with the Duke and Delilah.
Oh, cool, so actually I didn't put on that one. Okay. And then, like, there's the drawings she made from last time, and... This makes me very happy. Bristol, safe and locked. I think we actually go there at one point. Go to Dunwall Streets. I did relock the... Okay, yes I did. I couldn't have gone out otherwise. A long day in Dunwall. Delilah and Duke Luca Abel have taken the tower. Dunwall is no longer a safe place for you. Escape the city by meeting with a boat captain down at the dock. God, I love this game.
Until I understand this, I have to go into hiding. I should make my way to the docks.
Old history textbook. Chapter 12, The Whaling Trade. In 1631... Well, okay, this actually isn't super important. But here's section 1. And then here's section 2. I am checking a thing. I was curious what it said about Sokolow, because I
What
saw
would
his
my
name.
old governess say? Callista would probably tell me to sit up straight and to marry Wyman. She'd ask me when the War of the Four Crowns ended. 1625.
Okay, so Callista also no longer around, I'm guessing? I don't know. There's like lots of like references to people from the first game that I don't know. Like it makes it sound like they're no longer around. Custis, Morgan, and the Postulate Child. If I remember right, that was the one that the third had commissioned. Is that just... Oh no, it's a bucket. The Tower of Dunwall. So this is information on, yeah, where we currently are. Empress Jessamine-Kaldwin. Okay, I'm going to read this because I really like Jessamine. She's wonderful. Perhaps in retrospect, other historians will see how easy it was for us to fall into the traps. Pardon me, set by the schemers who managed the assassination of Empress Jessamine-Kaldwin. By allowing them to write history, it was for years thought that her trusted protector Corvo Attano was also her murderer, a concept we now know to be utterly false. Yet even after the tricksters themselves were put down, banished, or imprisoned, it remained common knowledge that the royal protector was also Jessamine's murderer. How nicely they arranged history for us, and how readily we devoured their stories, hungry for each perfectly cooked morsel. But it is well past time for us to set aside this plate of lies. The schemers were not to be trusted with the Empire or with Jessamine's life, and they are certainly not to be trusted with the writing down of accurate histories. Thank you. Any other books to read? I am a big fan of reading. Like, video games are where I do most of my readings. I don't have time to sit down and just actually, like, read a full-ass book. Which I had a professor point out to me once is a very equally valid way of reading. Or, you know, like...
I've gotta get out of Dunwall.
Is an equally valid, I guess, source of reading content to consume. Also, I think I am going to go ahead, as I said, I don't know if I'm fully going to end the episode at the start of the first mission, or if I'm simply going to have a jump.
What do I have to do to help my father?
Because
what do I have to become?
No one you aren't already. Because, as I said, I did go through and grab screenshots, so like I do have some idea of like what it's going to take setting up
I'm hungry.
my powers and stuff. Oh right, okay, here is the best difference. Okay, one of the best differences. There's a couple. One of the best differences between Dishonored 1, and Dishonored 2, and also Dishonored Death of the Outsider. Watch this. Oh, hey, there was a person below me. Oh, but, you know, I don't want to kill him. Oh, fuck me. God damn it. I forget that she automatically does, if you left click, she just automatically does whatever you're holding. I was trying to be silly. Come on now. Come on. Like, oh no, there's someone right below me and I don't want to, you know, like, kill them or hurt them or whatever. No longer have to just kill them, I can just knock them out. By the Outsider. It's a fucking miracle. So, for those of you who, again, I don't know why you would be watching this if you hadn't watched the first playthrough, but in the first game, you couldn't do that. Like, there's like a mod that kind of lets you do it, but it's really finicky, and essentially you just have to drop down onto people, and if you were doing it from a good enough height, then you would knock them out. But it wasn't like a guaranteed thing, and so on and so forth. Versus this, which is just, oh hey,
I need to find a ship. The city is crawling with the Duke's men.
Oh, that is...
Listen up, I have bad news. Ramsey's missing. Corporal Moore checked the royal quarters, and Emily Kaldwin has apparently fled the tower. We've got to find her. That's it, we've got your orders. Spread out and find the fugitive. We're in this with the Duke of Serkino, sink or swim. There's no way to turn back now.
I can't tell if... I legitimately cannot tell if it still does the audio thing where it's like, oh, I'm zooming in so I hear better now. Anyone in here? Oh.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Well, I'm famished and also, on the run in my own country because someone's a spiteful little cur. Yeah, just turn back around so I can sneak up on him and choke him out. I don't know, I don't feel like I'm asking too much of you. Okay, now I need you to turn the other direction.
Damn it, I need to pee.
God, I can't wait till I get my bone charms. So, this game introduces a new concept, which is phenomenal, which is bone charm crafting. So, essentially,
Always. They don't gotta say it twice.
stay ready. I want you in place just after the Duke and our new Empress make their appearance. Things will happen fast. Do your part when there's a share of the spoils for you and the others. Turn on me now and I'll ask the Duke to send his assassin after your dear old parents. Trust me, the so-called Crown Killer is the last dinner guest you want in your home. Oh. So, here's confirmation that the Crown Killer is not Corvo or Emily. Oh, I can't jump that high? Or is it just because I just can't jump that high. But you know, just confirmation that the Crown Killer is not Corvo or Emily.
Air feels heavy. Hard to get a good lungful.
I'm just gonna stay still.
Who's there?
Shh. Go to sleep. You saw nothing.
Something stinks around here. It's not my job to clean up.
Where are you? Okay, so this should be very, very simple.
Isn't it laundry day?
I don't know if it's laundry day. You tell me. Okay, anything fun in here?
You think you're smart? I'll find you!
Captain Ramsey's orders. All City Watch personnel assigned to post in the immediate vicinity around Dunwall Tower. On the anniversary tomorrow, we'll be receiving guests from across the Empire. Most are detailed in your itineraries, but there's an unlisted contingent from Karnaca. It's last minute, but important. None other than the Duke of Serkonos will be traveling with an entourage that includes VIP guests and some other exotic equipment aimed at impressing our Empress. Let them pass and don't bother harassing them with usual inspection nonsense on my orders. If you spoil the surprise, I'll have your head. Disseminate this note to all squads. Captain Mortimer Ramsey.
He's been choked out.
Are you hiding?
Not really. Genuinely, I'm not hiding very well. I'm crouched. God, I wish I had dark sight. That's part of why I'm going to be...
He's just been knocked out. Wonder what I'm dealing with.
Don't come over here. Please don't come over here.
Something moved. You're done!
Oh, shit. I hit the wrong button. Well, that's fine. Kinda like my Dishonored 1 playthrough, I'm not going for any sort of special achievement or anything on this one. I'm just going about trying to survive. That's it. Oh, but also another reason I'm doing playthrough, new game plus whatever. This way I actually like start with, you know, stuff and we don't have to see me scramble and get caught off guard by things. Like, you know, guards. At least not once things have actually gotten underway and I get access to my void powers again. Because I'm a massive fan of The Outsider and just everything that he's doing. I understand some people can't handle how cool and awesome his powers are.
Attention, Dunwall citizens.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. As of today, Delilah Kaldwin is our new empress. All hail Delilah, first of her name.
Further, the former Empress, Emily Kaldwin, is now wanted for treason. Any of you found harboring Emily Kaldwin will be fined and arrested.
Anything down here? Other than a convenient place to put bodies? Looks like no. I forget if it happens in this game or if it's in Death of the Outsider, or if it is this game, I forget if it happens right away or if it's later on. But I do remember at one point there's one of those like notice boards. Hey, what are you doing in this person's house? Huh? Kind of tempted to throw him against that, but I'm not trying to kill people. God, it's a really nice sound. Anyway. But like, they start glitching, and then it...
Kiela, sorry you missed us. I'll be taking the children away from Dunwall earlier than expected. A few weeks before the upcoming anniversary of Empress Jessamine's death. Things are about to get bad, and I'm not just talking about the Crown Killer. Besides, there's profit to be made bringing new silver miners down south, so arrangements must be made. Ha, for now.
Interesting. I don't know if that's actually important or not, but interesting all the same. I know there's one place where, like, it's super dilapidated. And it's one of the paths down that you can take.
Someone there?
Nope, no one's here. I don't know where people are, so I'm a little nervous. Oh, this place. This is the one I was talking about, I think. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. I could get up there. I don't think there's anything important on that way down. But that's one of the paths you can take to... Oh, hey, I'm glad I came over here. But that's another way that you can get down is essentially you find this place and there's lots of, like, you know, you just work your way down by floor by floor. But yeah, the rat plague is over. That is a definitive thing. If it wasn't clear enough at the end of Dishonored 1.
Citizens of Dunwall, listen up. For the sake of your family, turn over all information concerning Emily Kaldwin and Corvo Attano. What? Emily Kaldwin?
I love her. Distant crown.
I don't want to die. You aren't going anywhere.
Oh.
No! Damn it!
Well, let's see if I can knock them all out. Nope.
Kill you for that.
That is good to know,
all
though.
information concerning Emily Kaldwin and Corvo Attano.
So I'm
Wanted for
curious
murder.
now. Can I, like,
Reason.
unequip you? Okay, you're not shouting anymore. So now I'm curious if I can...
That's Emily Kaldwin. What's happening now?
Okay, I'm redoing that one because I'm not like one person, I'm still used to the same, I guess, input being I'm used to it's like the same, I guess, attack buttons, lack of a better term, being choke out instead of not. So I keep hitting the wrong button. I keep accidentally hitting stab instead of choke.
We've got to get away. I should talk to the captain of that ship.
I still got me one. But then if I eat it... No, if he eats it, then what?
That's Emily Kaldwin!
What?
You traitorous dog.
No! Damn it!
I mean... Okay, now I'm curious, because I legitimately was not trying to kill them. That guard killed them. And like, and I'm not trying to be like some bullshit like, oh, I wasn't the one who directed, like...
Shh, we shouldn't be talking about this.
Until later, then.
Okay, well now I'm curious.
I don't feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
Okay, I'm going. Okay, so like I know where I need to go. And I could just sprint there, but then I don't know. Well, okay. I do know that like there won't be any like bone charms or runes in this area, because those don't spawn yet. Those spawn once I've talked to the outsider. I'm gonna talk to this fellow.
Find the money for that.
Don't want to anticipate sad anniversary. Oh, well, that's kind of cute, but also sad. Aw, that's kind and cute. Essentially just...
Something's
Well,
happened, they say.
I hate
Not safe, they say. Well,
I hate
I
some
got
of that.
news for them. It ain't never safe for the likes of me.
Things I like. The fact that they're looking like they recognize and like have a day that's kind of like, hey, like they have a day of remembrance for Jessamine. Love that. She deserves it. Hate the fact that it's kind of turned into like Memorial Day or like
Full day's work.
you know something similar, and all like the business people are like, oh,
How would
money.
you know what a full day's work looks like? I can't do anything for you. You'd better run.
That's okay. Oh. I suddenly have regrets and fears.
What? Somebody's not feeling well.
But yeah, just, I don't know. I like the fact that they're like, oh hey, cool, we have Day of Remembrance for Jessamine Kaldwin. Absolutely, Jessamine deserves it. Jessamine is a phenomenal, well, was a phenomenal ruler who legitimately sounds like she was doing her best and like she wanted to help people. So love that she's getting a Day of Remembrance. Hate the fact that much like how our Memorial Days and stuff are here, a lot of the merchants are like, oh hey, cool, extra chance to make money. It's like, that's not the fucking point, you assholes.
Special edition. Empress Delilah Kaldwin, rightful heir to the throne, has taken power in Dunwall. The usurper, Emily Attano, and the murderous royal protector have been arrested.
Get
Help me! Someone! Anyone!
Okay, actually,
You're not fit for the watch.
truth. He's not fit for the watch uniform. I'm curious. I think I know what's gonna happen.
The usurper, Emily Attano, and the murderous royal protector have been arrested.
Get out of here.
You have until tomorrow to print it.
I never should have listened to your rubbish.
Don't make a pig's ear of this, printer. I'm the one who gave you the scoop on the crown killer.
Half of which couldn't be verified. I must have been rat-assed out of my mind to use that name. There's no proof that the murderer has any connection to the crown.
Well, it made a good story. Served a purpose.
Whatever's going on, this coup, it won't last. The people of Bristol are loyal to the Empress, and I'm gonna publish an essay every day for a month to make sure they remember it.
The people of Bristol have a new empress. And in the morning, they'll have to find a new printer, too.
Only adults would threaten the man who runs a newspaper.
Time to put you out of business, printer.
Help! Someone help!
Help me! Someone! Anyone! Guard! Someone!
Nope. God. Well, I don't care too much about that.
Huh?
What?
What?
Someone! Protect me! I don't want to die!
You said come closer. I came closer.
That's not right! Help!
Northern Star Chart. Okay.
Someone! Anyone!
Oh man, you're really obnoxious. I mean, I'm glad that I saved you, but please shut up. I don't have sleep darts. I don't even have my crossbow yet. Note from Chief Editor. Don't take it personally, but I'm not publishing your story about mechanical soldiers down in Karnak. I'm not questioning your short story you're writing, but some moonstruck natural philosopher making marionettes in his basement isn't really news. I've done some research on this Kieran Jindosh you mentioned. He was driven out of the Academy of Natural Philosophy years ago, so he's hardly a credible threat. Until one of his inventions actually kills someone, he's not worthy of our ink. You should focus on the Crown Killer case instead. If the Imperial family is really ordering those murders, I want us to be the ones who expose it. Okay, same thing. Was plague beleaguered Dunwall? Dunwall's troubles have multiplied as of late, calling into question the very efficacy and intentions of our Empress. As evidence that Emily-Kaldwin has forsaken us, we need to look further than the Rudshore Financial, more commonly called the Flooded District. Though recently drained, we dare not celebrate, as the area is still riddled with maintenance problems remaining from its time underwater. With so many unable to find work, would this not be a perfect moment to unveil a grand scheme to restore this once posh area? Alas, no further considerations have been proposed, nor has the Empress submitted solutions for the current whale oil shortage, even as we endure rationing and discomfort. The picture of incompetent leadership is completed when you add to all this the periodic accidental citizen deaths at the hands of the Dunwall City Watch. All while Captain Mortimer Ramsey, appointed by our Empress, maintains the perfect innocence of those men and women in uniform who are supposed to protect us. Interesting. Oh, I'm like, right leg, what? That one we read. Okay, those are all the same ones. Like, I'm not just, like, I didn't misunderstand, like, he did say come closer so we could speak, correct? You know, I never realized I could take this route to get to the docks. Oh. I'm sorry, I know this is going to add a bit of time, I have to go over there. I need to know what's in the Boyle building. More importantly, I need to steal stuff from the building. Good news is, I know this place is empty now. Sorry everyone, I kinda scared the shit out of your boss. Oh, I forgot about that. Well, okay. Also, I forget if it's in this. I think it's in this game, but either this game or the next game. Oh no, it is this game. There are like chloroform bottles that you can find. Oh, hello. That is the front door. And they basically act as like knockout grenades, and they're wonderful. I love them so much.
The impertinence! No one says no to me. Not if they expect to be paid, that's for certain.
Okay, well now I'm curious.
How odd, dressing like that, but covering your face. So mysterious with your face covered.
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or just rude. Or if you genuinely find me mysterious.
Oh man, I hope the Crown Killer doesn't come back. Nasty business, killing Ichabod Boyle like that. Huh? Who opened this door? Oh, maybe the wind or something.
Oh! I didn't realize that the killer case was like right the fuck here.
Getting somewhere, huh?
Okay, so you're just gonna keep looking at that. Where are you? Okay, you're right there. Hi.
Sure, you know. Something's got to give.
What did you put over it? I
Quest
can't
for new
tell.
boots, and what did I get? A sock. One useless sock.
There's gotta be another way in. It's not so incredibly heavily guarded. But I don't have any powers yet.
It's just been one gala after another.
I thought I saw
I'll
someone.
search with
That's
you.
Emily Kaldwin.
I don't want to
goddammit.
die!
What, do you think you're scared of me?
He won't go far. You're surrounded.
What's going in?
No! Damn it! Take this! Take it! Damn you!
Come on. Come on, hit me. Fight me. Give me a hug.
She's wounded!
Oh
Let's
shit,
finish
what?
her.
I hit the potion button. Hit me, fight me, give me a hug.
I didn't sign up to fight some freak like the Crown Killer, a cannibal and whatnot. Getting so.
That's Emily Kaldwin.
I don't know whose voices I'm hearing, but I do love that like level of detail though, that like you know everything.
Be on your guard, right, boys?
You know,
Some kind of trouble in this part of town? Honestly, why can't they keep all that riffraff in a separate place?
What?
You... lady...
I won't lie. That silver pipe he was smoking the other night, it made him tremendously more attractive.
But, you know, so, like, there's all this stuff going on. This huge coup and everything. And you know, there's still someone, like, in the next place that's like... Oh!
Hey,
shit.
where do you think you're going?
Oh, oops.
You aren't going anywhere.
You know, all this going on. And there's still someone next door who's like... Oh, man, I have to worry about the rent. I don't know. It's just, it's a very... It's not like a...
You're done!
It's not just like a, oh, well, you know, everything's focused on this. Like, it's an actual, like, well fleshed out world and everything. Okay, so, slight, you know, warning. There is going to be, like, I'm going to go inspect the body of that and see what Emily has to say about it. It sounds like it's kind of gory, so I apologize, and if you want to look away, hit the forward button a handful of times. Ichabod Boyle case. Witness statement. On the 16th of May, on the 16th day, month of Earth, just before midnight, I was on my way home after a couple of ales at the pub. 70p next to the Boyle Company offices. I heard moaning and further creaking, so I thought maybe some people were having fun and I could have a peek. Wonderful. But when he got close to the windows, that's when Mr. Boyle started screaming like a slaughtered pig. He was all tied up, there was someone wearing a hooded cloak, and I swear I think he was eating up Mr. Boyle's guts. That has to be the Crown Killer, I told myself, and so I ran as fast as I could to the nearest watch post to get help. And your soldiers could have made it to the Boyle in time if they hadn't taken half an hour to find me for throwing up. Anyone would have done the same after what I'd been through. You guys should have some respect. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is that... Ichabod Boyle? Another victim of the Crown Killer just days ago in Dunwall.
Not gonna lie, I was expecting far, far, far worse. The Crown Killer is watching. So, okay, so the Boyles now apparently, or maybe they did in the first game and we shouldn't see it, but they appear that it appears like they run some sort of banking situation. Oh, bone charms, we've already read that. Cash register. Empty. Yes, I'm rubbing the Boyles because... sliding ladder. Well, at least there doesn't appear to be anything in there, otherwise I'd have been a little bit frustrated. But also, they don't... The game designers of these games are pretty good. I don't think they would do something where it's like, oh hey, here's something that's going to count towards the coin total at the end of the level, but it's out of reach and you can't get it ever. Letter to Laura. Laura, don't tell me my business. My family's been at this game for a long time. Oh. Okay, so... Anything to add on that, Emily? No? So, summarize. It's not just a couple people, like, at least some of the dissenters are organized, and are, like, actively trying to, like, run essentially a smear campaign to make Emily resign. don't get me wrong. Not really a huge fan of like the whole empire model of things. But as far as like empresses and empires and whatnot go, Jessamine and Emily are both incredibly kind. Okay, I know that I've just slaughtered like 3 people, but like whenever I'm not making a hash of things, they're very good rulers and like actually give a shit about the people that they rule. Whereas most of the people who are like, oh yes, we want, you know, like, for example, the Boyles, who are they're like, oh yes, we want, you know, she has to hand control over to us. It sounds like they're doing it just because they want to be in control of how much taxes they pay and shit, rather than like actually like having ways to improve the city.
Wanna buy one?
And you know, if that's the case, and that's how people are gonna be, then I am all for the people in power staying in power. I am maybe a tiny bit biased because, as I mentioned before, my campaign that I've played, I play a character who, due to a series of unfortunate circumstances, is now an empress. Who is also trying to do her best to take care of her people. And honestly, there hasn't been a whole lot of people trying to undermine her. Admittedly, that might get loose. Just my instinct. If you're listening to this, this is not a fucking challenge. Have enough I'm gonna have to deal with trying to kill a god. Don't need to add any more infighting. So, just since I'm just searching through things and not a whole lot going on, essentially, Drow heiress, princess, whatever, who found out that Drow's been essentially gaslighting their entire culture for aeons. And, you know, kind of mentioned it to, like, her mom, who was the actual empress before her. And just kind of, you know, gave some people heads up, like, hey, we need to maybe stop, you know, kneeling to Lolth because she's terrible. And then Lolth killed her mom via a disease. And so she, you know, made a big deal about it. She was like, hey, so, as you all know, my mom just died. Well, it's because Lolth's a bitch, and she's doing this because she knows it'll weaken us. Which is all true. And there's this one lady, Dainlithriel, I believe. What's her name? She essentially challenged me. Like, I had this really, really big address. Oh, those aren't food to eat. The hooded villain. It's really cool. You can actually read everything this time. But you know, so like she challenged me, and she was like a super devoted person to Lolth and stuff, and so she challenged me to the throne. Would have killed me because she crit super hard and a whole lot of her points. But you know, beat her. Well, I defeated her in combat.
By order of the City Watch.
Didn't actually beat her.
What am I supposed to do now?
Not my concern, citizen. I'd advise you to return to your home.
If I can't get through, that's it for my shop. The entire month will be ruined.
Trust me, you don't want to be out on the streets right now. Move along.
I wonder if this will be heard. And such, like, there has been some things going on, but just I've not. There's also only like 400 of us left right now because of like... Oh hey, this is where I would have been if I had just continued going across. I'm very curious if eventually God damn it.
What's going on here?
Nothing here. Let's have a look around.
What was it?
What?
That's Attano-Kaldwin!
Who is?
First the shortage of whale oil, then the murders.
You have to understand. I'm going to call for help if you don't go.
I'm terribly sorry for the people who own this shop.
Whatever you need, I can't help you.
Come on. Motherfucker.
You know what to do.
I'll get to her!
Oh, what the? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, main point. I can empathize with the whole. In irate, like, irate's also like, I realize that this isn't necessarily the best way to make sure everyone's voice is heard, but this is the system that we currently have in place. And so, like, I can empathize with the whole, hey, this may not be absolutely ideal, but it's what we have, and I'm working on it to try to improve things for everyone. Because she is.
That's Emily Kaldwin.
My luck.
First the shortage of whale oil, then the murders. Now what's ever going on
I'm
tonight?
going to call for help if you don't go.
I know you're here somewhere.
Help!
Better search the
Leave
shop.
me alone!
No!
What's going on here? Someone!
Please don't come around here.
Keep your eyes peeled. No luck. Look everywhere.
Just go away. Go to sleep.
Be on your guard, right, boys? Found anything yet?
I really am terribly sorry. I tried to get in here before they saw me, so they would just, you
We're
know.
playing dice tonight. You in?
Wouldn't miss that.
Huh? What? No. Help me! Someone! Anyone!
Buy coins. Okay, crown killer. I really do. Oh, hey. Well, no, I'm not gonna literally steal from the till of this place.
It's been hard getting any business done here in
I
Dublin.
debated it,
That's all about
then
the
I said no.
change. The city watch has its hands full with what's been happening. That crown killer lunatic and all.
Whatever the royals are fighting about.
The Hatter Gang. Damn them.
Oh, hey, they're still around.
Shops selling contraband just like they've got down in Sarkonis. People are getting rich in Colero and Karnaca, even after paying the Grand Guard to look the other way.
So we set up some black market shops, pass along whatever we score, and we run security for the shopkeepers.
Right. Right, and we take a cut on the sales. I'm telling you, the wind is blowing in our favor for once.
Also, like, that looks like that would do way more than just knock somebody unconscious, and I'm not going to question that too much. I like how also, I don't know if anyone noticed, but he was like starting to light like a cigar or something, and I don't know if it was the cigarette or like the lighter, but something just flew out of his hand whenever I started doing that, and he flailed. I don't think I've ever been back here before. Like a safe? Oh no, it's a spotlight. Grindstone, pistol, copper wire. I am curious. I don't know what I would use right now, but I'm very curious if I could,
to re-inspect the riverside drains.
I'm really curious if I can just like ignite one of those whale oil things to just send the whole thing up in smoke. I feel like no, because that would require, like, amongst other things, that would require a lot more in terms of like animating and figuring out things such as like, you know, what happens whenever, you know, when one of these things explodes, what all is affected, and you know, how does it break into fragments? Like, does it actually break into fragments, or does it just, you know, like, you know, there's like an explosion effect? You know, like what really goes on? And that just feels like a lot of maybe unnecessary work. I don't know. Maybe they would think it's necessary. Who knows? Not me. I didn't make this game. Also, yeah, looking at things, I am probably going to, I am probably going to call off someone. I thought spotted me. I thought I heard the little noise.
I think I heard something.
Think you're being quiet?
Oh, I didn't realize that I wasn't being stealth. I didn't realize I wasn't crouching. Whoops. That's my bad. Are you done being annoying? Well, okay. I am going to call it after the Outsider Dream. Because of course it's a Dishonored game. Of course there's an Outsider Dream after the, like, opening segment. You know, I could... Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm making this harder for myself than it needs to be. Alright, let's do this. I don't think there's anything else to really get around here. There might maybe be some documents in, like, that guard post over there, but I don't think it'll be anything new. So, quick save in case of idiocy. Whee! Shit. Well, that kind of worked.
Is there any chance I could slip past all these uniformed assholes and get into the tower myself? Do I still have it left in me? Lady, you want to hear what I've got to say. I guarantee it.
Hey, Billy.
Lady Emily, you won't get far with that face. Stamped on half the coins in the city.
There's a coup underway, and I'm being blamed for the Crown Killer murders. I don't care what my face looks like.
My name's Megan Foster. I work with an old ally of yours.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Megan.
Anton Sokolov. We learned something scary down in the south. And I came to warn you.
I know, Anton. But Corvo's gone. The Duke of Serkonos is here with a woman named Delilah. They massacred everyone in the throne room. Then she did something I can't explain. There was nothing to do but run.
Sometimes that's all you can do. This is my ship, the Dreadful Whale. We can head out as soon as you're ready.
I need to get to Karnaca where the Crown Killer murders started. Delilah must have been down there for a while, and I've got to figure out what's going on.
You're Corvo's daughter. I'll give you that. Should we go?
I'm curious.
But not just yet.
Also, whoops.
John Sokolov wanted to come to Corvo himself, but I'll explain.
So yeah, I forgot that she didn't introduce herself as Billy, and yeah, that's a thing that we find out much later. I don't remember how much later. Yeah, for anyone who watched the first game, that is also someone that we all know, some of us love, as Billy Lurk. I'm just curious if there's anything I can do before I actually go into it.
We should get out of here while we can, during the confusion.
Just for sake of shits and giggles. By the outsider's hairy arse. Amazing. Okay, Megan, we can leave now.
You ready yet?
Yeah.
Let's set out for Karnaca.
Overall chaos level low. Good. Oh, there's more. There's another painting? I mean, I don't need it, so it's not a big thing. Hey! I'm very curious where all, like, the month's worth of food and water are, though, because, I smashed a lot of shit in there. So, there's a bit of time passage. I've clearly slept, gotten settled in a bit.
Am I still aboard Megan's ship? It feels odd.
What could be odd about it?
What is this place? Where am I?
Welcome. Not my void. My void's a very different place. Gosh, do I love this void so much.
I can feel something moving closer. Watching.
Empress Emily Kaldwin. I am a friend of your father's from the bad old days. I never expected us to meet. I watched your mother die at the hands of schemers who wanted your little empire. Then you were rescued by a man in a strange mask. I thought that was the end of the excitement. But someone yanked the rug from under your feet. You've lost your throne and your father. And I promise, Delilah won't just give them back. So, what are you prepared to do about it? Your Imperial Majesty? And are you clever enough to do it without spilling a river of blood? I asked Corvo those questions 15 years ago. This is the moment that changed him. Now it's your turn.
It burns. From the inside. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of something.
At some point, I am going to get that tattooed on the back of my hand.
They're true.
So Emily has far reach. She doesn't have blink. I mean, technically, since I'm playing New Game Plus, I can take blink, but I'm going to go with far reach because I like it better. It also has a weird pole vault effect that I don't know how to actually trigger. But like,
incredible.
Whenever, I'll see if I can do it here actually. But like, whenever you do it, and if you're like jumping, yeah, like that. It won't just pull you to your target, but like it'll act as like a tether and launch you a little bit. It's weird. I like it, but it can be unpredictable sometimes. Yeah, like that. See? Whereas blink is just very point to point. Ooh, you're done. I don't remember if blink has the same range limitation.
This is how I'm going to save my father and reclaim the throne.
Yeah. Promise. Any notes I can examine? Looks like nah. God, the void has such a wonderful aesthetic.
Corvo mentioned being here once.
I know you.
Hi, Mom.
Do you remember?
Yes.
It's been so long, and you've been through so much. Even as an echo of myself, it's good to know you're there.
Mother? You're here, but you're not here. In my hand, but somewhere else.
Only the last of my essence, with you for a while. If only I could reach across this great expanse and take you into my arms. But I have this to offer. My gift and my curse. Summon me to your hand, and I will guide you when I can.
So I really hope that, for those of you who are using headphones, I really hope that like comes through the same way, because at least to me, I just noticed this, but the Heart's voice, or at least Jessamyn's voice just there, the left was slightly out of sync with the right. Quinn, you probably are gonna watch this. Let me know if it did that. God, just the void is so pretty. Ugh, I love it. Where am I supposed to go next? Like, I know I'm supposed to go like vaguely in the direction of that room, but
There are no stars in the sky here. There isn't a sky.
it's all gross and pulsing and
You shouldn't be here. No one should.
I love the description that she gives in the end of
In thousands of years, few have seen this place. 3 were empresses.
Wait, did Jessamyn see this place?
There's a strange power in this place.
Who is Delilah really? How could she? I don't understand.
I will never walk in the sun again. I know it now.
I hate all of these people.
The one who took my life walks the world still.
Oh.
But he has withdrawn.
Interesting.
Such a short time ago, I was a girl, then a young woman, in love, then an empress. Now what am I? I remember the last day I saw you, out behind the tower. And lessons from your father coursing through your head, and lessons from your mother as well. Your heart is made of muscle and sinew, metal, and glass as well. And other things.
Yeah, like the very obvious, like, whalebone bits sticking out. Oh! Cool, she doesn't... That's new, Okay, so, for anyone... Oh, that's very helpful. So, I don't know if I actually knew you could do that all of my first couple times playing through this. He's probably going to talk to us, give him 1 second.
There's no one quite like Delilah.
Here it is.
I watched her pull herself up from blood and filth until she was in a position to steal from the wisest scholars in the Empire. Survival and ambition, art and magic, with a cunning that makes fawning sycophants of those around her, all of it leading to what you saw at Dunwall Tower. Delilah's playing the long game. She took all the abuse the world could deal out, and now she has a crown. But I'll let you in on a secret. She's got her eyes set on a much greater prize.
Oh? And of course that's where he leaves us. Okay. Dreadful Wild. Meet with Megan Foster and discuss a plan of action before taking the skiff to Karnaca.
When I was 10 years old, bored with my lessons, I dreamed about sword fighting and sailing the ocean. Now I'm realizing that the world is stranger than I ever imagined. Everything I know has been turned on its head, but I'm dealing with it the best I can. When you look at the great jeweled map at Dunwall Tower, Karnaca is the southernmost port in the Empire. A fat, red ruby. That's how I always thought of it. Up close, the city smells like the ocean and strange spices. Up close, it's a tangled story of blood and ambition. The birthplace of my father. Megan Foster is a stranger, but there's something that makes me want to trust her, despite her guarded disposition. She got me out of Dunwall, and I need answers. Delilah and the Duke made me look like a murderer, using the Crown Killer to butcher my political adversaries. They took what was mine, and I'm gonna get it back.
Let's read these, and then... So, okay, so a couple of the DLCs I don't really understand. Like, one of them just gives you this guitar. Which is like, is nifty, but also I'm like, what? And then this one, Goodbye oh god, this is like just a full-on song. So, section 1? Section 2. Interesting. Okay, so like it's not even... Oh, it's not a song. It's like actual like someone's like log. Just Goodbye Karnat. Like it sounds like a song title. But yes, so here's where we are. Oh right, let's... So one thing that's cool is that like there's a little log that each of them write, depending on who you choose to play as. New year. We're starting a new year. Maybe 1852 will be less boring than 1851. I can't wait for Wyman to get back to Dunwall. We'll go to the abandoned mansion I discovered the other night at the edge of Red Shore. Maybe I'll have time to turn it into a scary haunted house beforehand using sheets and hiding in an old audiograph upstairs. Wyman would love that. We'll get spooked and hold hands screaming and laughing. Come on, Emily, you promised to be more serious and to listen at court, and you're already planning your next escape. Let's start this diary again. Proposals for new to Crown whale oil rationing and distribution. 0 ideas. That's fair. The anniversary. That time of year, again, the anniversary of my mother's death. There's no real time for reflection, though. It's all security protocols, menus, guest lists, and it's impossible to slip out at night. I feel like a caged bird. They've already got me memorizing this year's speech. It's endless. It would be so terrible if I just said what I remember about her. That wink she gave me as she was scolding me after I was caught climbing the statue of my grandfather. The sound of her footsteps as she paced at night. The time we shared a cabin on a boat trip to Driscoll. Or the time she agreed to let Corvo teach me to fish, but then had to pull a hook from my arm. Now that would be a speech. Dishonored. My father is lost, turned to stone by Delilah. Those words don't even seem real. Witchcraft, something I never would have believed possible. But now I have to believe in it, so I can believe that it can be undone. Delilah claims to be my aunt, the rightful heir to truth or lies. All I know is that she used magic to take my throne, aided by that weasel Ichabod. They must have been working on their plan for years, buying disloyalty with promises. Even Ramsay captained the City Watch, planting in everyone's mind her idea that my father and I could be responsible for those monstrous killings, that one or both of us were the crown killer. I'm not in a trusting mood, but Megan Foster says she knows Anton Sokolov, our old royal physician, and she helped me escape the coup. So she's all I have right now. We're sailing for Sarkonos. My Dunwall, my home, is no longer safe for me. But I never really was safe. I never really will be. The sooner I get that through my skull, the better. The Void. This time it wasn't a dream. I read about the Void and the Outsider, imagined them. Now I've seen those wonders for myself. Strange doesn't begin to cover it. The Outsider has terrible eyes, black on black. He offered me something. I know these gifts come with a price, but how could I refuse? This power might give me the edge I need to defeat Delilah and Ichabod. I'll worry about paying the cost later. And what price will I pay for his other gift? My mother's beloved voice, trapped in the strangest contraption. It is both comforting and chilling to be able to talk to her again. And yet, it's not entirely the person I knew anymore. This thing, the heart, it's there and not there. I have to focus in a new way to even see it. We've arrived in the southernmost tip of the Empire. Strange fragrances all around. Salt, fish, spices. I don't know how to blend in here. I don't know what to eat or where to go. But this is where my father was born, so part of me belongs here too. And these are my people. Or they were until my throne was stolen by Delilah. I'm coming for you, Delilah, with my new powers. All I need now is a plan. Yeah. Yes, good. We've read all of these. Cool. Oh, that's wonderful. We can actually track the maps now. Letter from Emily. Oh, okay, cool. So I'm assuming that I'm going to give this to, either I'm going to give this to Megan, and she is going to send it, or maybe I send it whilst I'm out and about? Who knows? Wyman, by now you must have heard about the coup in Dunwall. Don't worry, I'm safe, hiding far away with friends. I implore you, don't try anything reckless, and don't go back to Bristol. Stay in Morley, there's nothing you can do against Delilah. I can't say I have a solid plan yet, but you know how well I improvise in desperate situations. Remember the time I kept a straight face during the watch officer's report, all the while sitting at my desk without pants? If I survive that, I'll get through all this. For now, I need to stay hidden and act alone. Trust me, we'll see each other again. I promise. Emily. Alright, and that is it for our first episode of Dishonored 1. Next time, is that something to read? No. Well, okay. Crossbow. Limited resources. It's not what you're used to living in a palace, but this is all the coin I can scrape up. Anton and I operated on a tight budget, and guess what? Now you do too. If it's not beneath you, pick up whatever valuables you find along your way. We'll need ammo and resources to take down the people behind the coup. Hidden all over the city, there are underground black market shops. Look for a symbol depicting two hands, which means there's a shop nearby. Follow the signs, they'll guide you. Buying from the black market is against the law, but it could make the difference against the Duke's military. Sokolov was working on this crossbow as a gift for you. If you need it modified, those shops can help with that as well. Megan. If I remember right, let me test something. I could be wrong, or it could be an upgrade I need to purchase. Okay, it's not something I need to purchase. Wait, why did I reload? I could have just fucking gone and picked it up. Yeah, it's fine. at some point, there's like an upgrade or something that essentially allows you to, No, that is not what should be there. There we go. You can go on 9. Yes, good. Maintenance list. Repair things got busted up in Anton's room when he was taken. It's been weeks now, no scratch that. Not until I bring him back, as a show of faith that he will be coming back. Unlock the storage door, looks like something fell on the other side, and I really need to sell the stuff locked up in there to make some coin. Pay the port tax and look the other way, feast to those Grand Guard bastards before they wonder who my passenger is this time. I'll do it when I get the money. Okay, so there's a door. There's a port I can get into.
Must be cursed. Daft old man, this is some shit. Back to that city. What would we have done in the old days? All sharp metal and shadows, we'd say.
Interesting. Are you talking about Dowd?
The Duke's probably not back from Dunwall yet. If we're lucky, the Howlers will be distracted by some score they're working.
I do like how admittedly, her telescope has like some. It wasn't just a telescope. Like she had some fancy shit going on. Anton, your idea of improving the head gasket sealing with a guano coating is the worst you've ever had. I'll make you sleep in the engine room if you don't fix your mess by tomorrow. Megan, if all inventors were as delicate and short-tempered as you are, you and I would still be paddling around in carved-out logs. Megan made some mulberry cake. It's my own recipe, improved by Tivian spices I left it in the galley. Anton, where are you, you old fool? I hope nobody hurt you. I'll find you, I swear. I miss you. No. I know who has them, but that's in the games I played some before. Crossbow bolts. Oh, right. Powers. Let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. There's only one dark vision, right? Yeah, there's not. Okay, cool. Dark vision. Yes, I want both of these. So, dark vision upgrades in this one. So also, the powers menu is also different in a wonderful way. So now, because this is New Game Plus, I have a lot more option. But also, like, now you can kind of choose your specific upgrades. So, like, now I can, choose which ones I want, which ones I don't. And, it's really nice, and you can see everything, and it's really cool. I'm not going to go make you through all of them. There's some wonderful new powers, one of which that I'm going to be getting is called Domino, because Domino is amazing. Also, Dark Vision works differently than it did before. Instead of, like, just permanently highlighting things, it highlights things in pulses, which is useful, but also it can be a bit terrifying because if something wasn't like in range before, then but then it suddenly is. That can cause problems. But there are also some absolutely wonderful the accounting for all of the different things that she has purchased. For anyone who wants to read through it, Section 1, Section 2, and Section 3.
Dunwall seems so far away. I'll come back soon, Father. I promise.
Okay, so... yeah, there it is. It's like there's an opening. A reflection on my journey to the Pandician continent. Do I just destroy it? There we go. But so yeah, so like it can cause some problems just because like something might not be in range, and all of a sudden like it is, and so they're not like problems, but it can be like I have jump scared myself before because I would be like going about, everything would be fine, and then like nobody was in range, and like someone would walk into range and the pulse would go out, and I would like see them around the corner and be like, oh god, okay, hi. Oh, this is by Anton. Okay. I think... I'm pretty sure that this was in the last game, but I won't swear by it. But okay, I do think that that's everything. At least that's in this room, or that we have access to. I will go ahead and, you know, next time I'll go ahead and search the stuff on the other side of her, because I'm assuming that I can't get through here without, you know... Oh, actually, yes I can, because this is a ship, and this is a sandbox game to a certain degree. Oh god. Hi. Fuck those things. Another part of the Pandician continent. This essentially is just going through Anton's journey to Pandicia, which is, for those of you unfamiliar or who need a refresher, Pandicia is the continent where all of the weird shit comes from in this world. Like, okay, I don't want to say universally where all the weird shit comes from, but it's where like a lot of weird shit naturally happens. And so it's interesting to say the least. Also, those are blood flies. Do I have anything for that?
I'll always miss my lessons with Anton Sokolov.
No.
He made so many clever devices during my mother's time.
Dearest Emily,
oh.
What must I say, Your Imperial Majesty? I have something that you and Corvo must hear at the first opportunity. It concerns the murders happening across the Empire, committed by this crown killer. When I left Gristone years ago, I swore I'd never again take part in any further political matters. I've done my share of bad things, and some good, before and after the Rat Plague. But here in Karnaka, I've uncovered a terrible conspiracy against you.
Started with myself.
Here, at the bottom of the Empire, the cobblestones smell of death and corruption. I'm staying with an associate, Megan Foster, aboard her vessel, the Dreadful Whale. We'll leave for Dunwall in the morning, as soon as the tides are willing. I keep thinking of the way sweet Jessamine was stolen from you and your father, and I fear it might be your turn to face such turmoil. I know Corvo would protect you with his life, but please do not trust anyone.
There you are, old man. I was asked to pay you a visit.
Wait, what's wrong with you? Megan!
Off we go, Sokolov, to somewhere more private.
Oh! Also, sorry Anton, but I hate blood flies. I've wondered whether I have another book in me. The blood fly epidemic, coupled with basic information on life cycle and behavior, might make an excellent project for this old natural philosopher. Blood flies are exotic insects, unlike anything else found in Sarkonos. I suspect they originated on the Pandician continent, of course they did. In groups of 3 or fewer, they are harmless. Individuals won't attack, leading me to speculate that each emits a scent that has a collective effect on larger numbers of blood flies. Blood flies are attracted to rapid movement and sound. Their nests can be broken apart, scattering the swarm. And in particular, their nests are quite susceptible to fire. The insects require fresh corpses to lay their eggs in, which hatch in breathtaking fashion after a very short time. More corpses in a Sarkonan city, say during a crisis or a plague, mean more blood flies. Interestingly, in the last part of a blood fly's life cycle, they calm a great deal. Leaving the swarm, they molt, causing the wings to drop off. Afterward, each bloodfly lives in a solitary existence. Very odd. Bloodflies are largely restricted to the south, preferring warmer climates, like certain aging natural philosophers. I hate bugs. So this game is a particular bit of a horror game for me on top of other things, because just you'll see why later. Oh, this is long. So essentially, this is Anton being like, of course, I'm old, I'm ancient, I'm frail, but of course I discover information on a conspiracy. And of course, like, nobody else can be trusted to take this information directly to Corvo, who needs it. And so, you know, he's just, you know, being like, ugh. But Corvo needs to know, so I will go and do this thing. Anything in here? More bolts. Okay, that I already read, so. Wait, where did I come in from? Oh, right, up there. Can I get up from out here? There we go. Ah, yes. This game has a because we are in a very different area, the general, like, aesthetic and vibes, they're not different entirely, but they are, like, they're not completely different. But they are, at the same time, fuck me. They're not, like, entirely separated from the first game, but they are very different in a wide variety of ways. But I love them both so much. We can go over there at some point, and that's fun. Alright. Thank you everybody so much for watching.
South. My father's birthplace.
Trying to do an outro here, Emily, if you don't mind. We good? Wonderful. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm so excited to get into this. I love just everything about this. Like, I love Emily, I love Corvo, I love the Outsider. He looks like he belongs in My Chemical Romance, I will admit. But at the same time, just I love so much about this. I'm so excited to get to play it for all of you, in case any of you haven't played the game yourself. I also am realizing, I think I could be incorrect, but I think I can see, like, at least a couple different places that we're going to be going, because this place, whilst it's not the same location, and I don't think we repeat the same map I don't think we repeat the same map at all, like we did in the first game a couple times, but I think we can kind of see the general scope of everywhere that we're going to. So I'm pretty sure that's a building that we'll get to. And I think a mission after this one. And then I know we go to that place for a different mission. Mainly because I took screenshots pertaining to those cool little tube things. And then I believe right about there is where we'll actually be starting with this first mission. After we talk to Megan. So. Sorry, I know I've said thank you a couple different times now, but for realsies this time, just thank you everybody for coming along on this ride with me, and I'm so excited. I hope you all enjoy this. I'm really looking forward to getting to play as this and just show you all this interesting story, and also just the improvements that are made, and then also get to the next game, and just, you know, see where we go from there. So, in the meantime, please don't forget to be kind to yourselves and one another, and for now, it's time for some very special thanks. Infinite thanks to my Voidizians over on Ko-fi, Darius, and Sarah Senpai. If you'd like to see your name on the screen, or gain access to other wonderful boons, such as choosing what games I play, Discord access, the chance to sell me your immortal soul, and much, much more, check out my Ko-fi link in the description. And as always, don't forget to hydrate, masticate, and medicate.